Hello, Mrs. Wilson here. I want to talk to you today about your creative assignment, but before I get into that, I'll address a few issues. I've noticed that some of you have not sent in any of your papers, so I want you to remember that anything you turn in from now only can increase your grade. So for those of you who don't have the grade that you would like in the class, by turning in these assignments, that will only make your grade higher. So remember that. Also, uh, as we get going through this quarantine time, at the beginning it was kind of fun, it was relaxing, but now we're getting to that point where it's dragging on and we need structure in our lives. Doing your homework provides structure for you, but not only structure, it will help you feel like you're doing something. You're going to be learning, and it's going to help you maintain a positive outlook. I know when I am not doing something creative, I kind of feel out of sorts. And then when I start doing something creative, it just lifts my spirits. So without further ado, let's talk about your creative assignment. Okay, so I am going to give you 3 options, and you pick the option that most interests you, and you do that one option. So option 1 is to create a mini documentary. This is for those who are a little more tech-minded, or those of you who have editing software at home on your computer, or you have a family member that can help you with this. You are going to make a mini documentary on any subject matter that is school appropriate, of course. It can be humorous, can be serious, and it's going to be 2 to 4 minutes in length. So you might ask, what is a documentary? Well, a documentary captures or documents reality. Documentary filmmakers are often motivated by how they feel about a story and want to express that through a video. A documentary can also inform a viewer on a subject matter. So there's kind of 2 different types of documentaries. I'm going to let you have creative license to do basically whatever you want. I know you have some limitations in that you kind of have to figure out something you can do in your house, around your house, or somewhere you're maintaining social distancing. But if you have not seen there's a documentary series on Netflix called Tiger King that's really funny. I know that's really popular right now. That is documentary. Many of you have seen Super Size Me. A lot of your classes, your teachers show this. That is a documentary. Netflix has tons of them. Hulu. Documentaries are really in right now. So go watch some documentaries and get a feel for them. You can also learn about documentaries on my YouTube channel, playlists, resources. I have this video called Documentary Fundamentals that gives you 4 easy steps to making your documentary. So go check that out. So process of making a documentary. First of all, research a subject matter. You got to figure out what your documentary about. Then write a basic script. Record yourself reading your script or talking to the camera. Remember, we don't want to have a talking head the whole time, but we may want to use your voice. Interview others about the subject. Shoot B-roll, that is images that relate to your story. Edit the movie together, then finish. Once you finish, send that finished movie to Google Drive and share with me with editing privileges. Okay, option 2, also for those kind of tech-minded or those who have help. You are going to create a news package story. This story will cover some aspect of the coronavirus, quarantine, something school-related. You do the stand-up. You talk to the camera like a reporter. So you can, if you have a microphone at home, you can use that, and you can record yourself. Hello, I'm Mrs. Wilson with JAS News. Or if you don't have a microphone, don't worry. Go to your kitchen. You can find a meat tenderizer. They'll do the job. Hello, JJS. I'm Mrs. Wilson. You can even make a little fun little logo, try to make it realistic. Remember, we're not using the audio from the meat tenderizer or the fake microphone. Okay, the length of this is to be minute 30 to 2 minutes. And don't forget to shoot images that relate to your story and then edit those images into your news story. You could record you doing the whole script, like this, and use the beginning of your script and the end of your script, and then just use your voiceover for maybe the middle part of the story. Okay, so what is a news package story? News style report in which a reporter will speak to the camera with an introduction to the story. Images, graphics, and other interviews will follow. The package ends with a wrap up with the reporter talking back to the camera. So go watch Channel 12 or a local news broadcast. They will almost always have at least one news package story. So view a news package story by going to my YouTube channel. Go to playlists, film and video resources, and I have actually put a news package story on there. It's about a minute 30, maybe 2 minutes in length, talking about catfish. And it looks like that. So go check that out. Process of making a news story. First of all, you need to research a subject matter and write a basic script. Well, you know the subject matter because it has something to do with the coronavirus, being quarantined. So you need an angle on that. That's pretty broad subject matter. Find an angle. Maybe your angle is, what is something positive that we can take out of the coronavirus? Maybe it has something to do with finding a new hobby. So maybe that's the angle. And you interview your family members about what new hobby or old hobby have they decided to take up during this time. Then you can interview them. You can get B-roll, and that is images that relate to your story. So let's say somebody in your family has decided to take up the hobby of painting. You talk to them, you can on-camera interview them talking about them taking up this new hobby. Then we see them in B-roll footage that you shoot of them maybe painting. You have a wide shot, you could have a close-up, and you will use that footage when you edit into your story. Send the finished movie to Google Drive and share with me. Editing privileges. Option number 3. This is for those non-tech minded, you don't have a lot of help or it makes you nervous to try to figure out downloading software. You will shoot some video footage for me. I may be trying to put together this year-end video that we do every year if I can get up to school. And I need some footage of kids in quarantine. So I need you to shoot some funny things you did during quarantine. I need you to shoot your computer screen while in a Zoom class or a Google Meets class. I want to see all the students and teachers on the screen. So I kind of want to see like all the boxes, and you see the kids and you see a teacher, and we see them engaging and talking. Perhaps you can even have them wave to the camera. You can ask them a question about how the quarantine's going. Ask them to give you some hopeful statement about the future or something to say to the seniors, something like that. This is probably the most important thing. But I think I could also use some funny images of things you did during quarantine. I know we've done some funny, bizarre things here to make the time go by. And then thirdly, talk to the camera blog style, kind of like I'm talking to you, except talk about your inner thoughts, what you've learned from the quarantine, how has it changed you, feelings, personalize it, and make sure there's a nugget of hope in your response. I want this to come across hopeful. So if you choose this option, you use your camera. Everyone has a camera and there's a phone on it. You shoot funny things. You shoot your computer screen, like a nice good close-up of the computer screen in a Zoom class or something like that. And then you talk to the camera blog style. So frame your shots with headroom, lead room, rule of thirds, if that applies. Your funny shot should be 15 to 20 seconds. The tendency is for people to make your shots too short. If they're too short, I can't edit with them. So once you feel like you want to stop the recording, I want you to count to 3. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, and then cut it. It's better to have more footage than not enough. Okay, your vlog shot and Zoom class shot could be at the minimum 30 seconds, up to a minute. Even 2 minutes is fine. Then I want you to send all your shots to your Google Drive. take them on your phone, send them to Google Drive, and then share with me. And I am S.A. Wilson. Make sure you do the A because there's 2 S. Wilsons in the school at jackson.co.mos with editing privileges. Okay, so free editing options. For those of you who want to download some editing software, here you go. You got some options. There are actually many options out there. But here are a few you might want to check into. Avid Media Composer. This is what we edited with at school. However, their free version is a scaled down version, so it's not going to have all the bells and whistles, but it will have all the basics you need. That is an option. Shortcut, OpenShot, Blender. These are also decent free editing software. Probably the easiest one if you haven't edited before and it makes you nervous to download a more complicated program is to just use WeVideo on your Chromebook. I've used that. It does the basics. I think with these projects, you should be able to do something on that. iMovie, that is very user-friendly. I like that one. Movie Maker, I don't like that one, but it's been around a lot. A lot of you have used it, and you know how to use it, and it probably would suffice for these projects. So here are some options for you. And that is all we have for the assignment. I would like to conclude with a few things. The due date. Due date is due Friday, May 1st. That's 2.5 weeks from today. That's not a lot of time. So you need to pace yourself. So this week, starting today up and through next Monday, which I don't know the date offhand, but it's like 5 days or something. Come up with your subject matter and write your basic script. That's what you need to do before next Monday. That's your pre-production part. The next week will be your production. That's when you're just going to shoot the video footage. Then the following week is going to be the week you edit. So you'll have 1 week to edit, 1 week to shoot your video, and then now you got like three to 4 or 5 days-ish to write your script. Come up with your subject matter, write your script. For those that are doing option 1 and 2. If you're doing option 3, just start kind of doing the pre-production of what kind of shots do you want to get. Start thinking about that so that next week you can shoot those and then send them to me. So other than that, I think that's all I have. So go ahead and have fun. Stay on track, and I will see you later. Make sure you also check your emails. I'm out.